Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HobbyKing.com. Stuart here with an announcement daily on what I actually think is a beautiful rendition of the J3 Piper Cub. If you remember, we've had the both in the traditional yellow J3 and in a slightly odd looking L4 invasion stripe-esque scheme beforehand from H-King. Well, I looked at that model, I knew that it flew very, very well, and it was about time for an update, essentially. But it also lends itself very, very well to a very cool feature that I'll come to in just a second. Now, this is an announcement daily, so we've got a little bit of flying footage and a little bit more footage on that detail that I mentioned, and I'll come to in a second. And then in just literally about maybe a week or so's time, we will release this beautiful J3 Navy Cub to the world. It's going to be available in all warehouses. This is a H-King model. And it has spare parts available too. Now onto the model itself. There has been a few small improvements in the way it goes together. I don't know if you remember the original wing, but it just really had the one spar and it kind of worked, but it didn't work as good as it could. There's actually 3 spars in this wing now, and one through the center, and what it essentially does, it just joins that wing very, very well. It is a 2-part wing, and what I'd actually recommend is, once the wing's together, is gluing the wing together at the center, just for extra security. As a one-piece 1400mm wing, it's actually very easy to transport. But this is an announcement daily, so let's quickly go on to the real cool details. Not only does it have a really, really nice and authentic, that's the important thing, it has an authentic US Navy scheme for the J3, not the L4 with the windows. This is a J3 scheme, very, very authentic. It's a smoother foam finish now and far better paint finish as well. This is actually the same foam and paint finish that you have come to expect with the Durafly models, like on the Mark 1A and Mark 5 Spitfire and the 163 and the P40, most notably. Now, this is a 3S setup. You can still run it on 4S if you want, but if you want true scale, speed and performance, plus a little bit more just for the odd loops and rolls, it's actually very, very good on 3S, or a 3S 2600. And now the best thing about this, and something that the whole ABS molded cabin really lends itself to, is the FPV element. What we've done now, we've included a FPV mount for a pan and tilt system, and also when we release this product, there'll be an instructional video on how to install FPV, just basic FPV setup with a VTX under the cowl here, an extension lead for the aerial, the VTX aerial in the back here, and pan and tilt in the rear seat, which is where the pilot will be sitting on the full size, the rear seat inside the cockpit. Now what that gives you is a really, really realistic flying experience. Just imagine looking out, well, you can see for yourself, you don't need to imagine, here's some footage of it. Just imagine looking out to the left and right and seeing through the windows and through the struts. It's very, very immersive and a lot of fun. Not only because the model flies so well, but because it looks so good, and it's such a scale experience in that respect. So an old model with some updates, some beautiful new finish and features, and that very, very cool pan and tilt system that will be available as an optional extra. The mount is included. It's going to be available in about a week or so's time. One of my final models for H-King, B17 beforehand, this is one of my final ones, so a lot of love has gone into this one, and I know you guys will enjoy it. So until the release daily, take care and enjoy the announcement. Ta-da!